All right, let's dive right in. It's kind of funny. We've mapped the surface of Mars, we've sent probes past Pluto, but right here on our own planet, the greatest mystery of all is still hidden from us. And that's where we're going today, on a journey into the deepest, darkest parts of the sea.
Think about that number for a second. Over 80%. That means on the very world we call home, there are entire realms we have never, ever seen. It's no exaggeration to say we know less about the bottom of our oceans than we do about the far side of the moon. It's mind-blowing.
And to really get your head around this hidden world, you have to realize it's not just one giant body of water. Nope, it's more like a skyscraper, with different floors stacked on top of each other. Each zone, each layer has its own rules for survival and, yeah, its own monsters.
So our journey begins right where the familiar world starts to fade away. We're heading down, leaving the light behind, and crossing into the shadows, the first major frontier of the deep.
First up is the sunlight zone. This is the ocean we all know and love from documentaries, right? Bright, warm, bustling with coral reefs and sharks. It's where about a quarter of all marine life lives. But here's the catch. It's only the very, very top floor.
Because once you hit 200 meters down, everything changes. The vibrant colors just vanish, the warmth is gone, and the sunlight is just this faint kind of ghostly glow from way, way above. So, welcome to the Twilight Zone.
Down here, to survive in the growing darkness, life had to get seriously creative. And it did, with one of the most magical tricks in nature, bioluminescence. Creatures literally make their own light. It's a survival tool that's almost otherworldly. Some use it as a glowing lure, others flash it to scare off predators, and some even use it as camouflage. Incredible.
And this zone is home to one of the planet's biggest secrets. I mean, this is amazing. Every single night, billions, and I mean billions, of creatures like lanternfish and tiny shrimp travel from these dark depths up to the surface to feed. Then, at dawn, they sink back into the darkness. It is the largest migration on Earth, and it happens every single day, completely in secret.
Okay, time to go deeper. We are now entering the true deep. From here on out, the light is gone completely. The pressure becomes absolutely immense, and the things that live down here, well, they're like something from another planet.
We've just passed 1,000 meters. Welcome to the Midnight Zone. There is zero sunlight here, none. The water is just a few degrees above freezing, and the pressure is already over 100 times what it is at the surface.
It's almost impossible to really feel what that pressure is like, but try to imagine an elephant standing not just on your body, but on every single square inch of it. It's crushing, and yet somehow, life finds a way.
And here, in the total blackness, lives one of the most famous residents of the deep, the anglerfish, a true master of the ambush.
I mean, look at this thing. It's basically just a floating mouth with teeth like needles. But its real masterpiece is that glowing lure that dangles from its head. It's living bait. It just wiggles that light around, and some poor, curious fish comes closer to investigate, and then gone. Forever.
But the anglerfish isn't the only giant down here. In this eternal darkness lurks a creature of legend, a true titan of the deep, the giant squid. This animal is just immense. It can grow up to 13 meters long, and its eyes, get this, they're the largest in the entire animal kingdom. We're talking the size of dinner plates. Why? So it can capture the absolute faintest glimmers of light, maybe from its prey or from the massive sperm whales that hunt it in the dark.
Okay, from the Midnight Zone, we're making our final descent. If you thought things were extreme before, you haven't seen anything yet. We're going to the deepest parts of our planet, a place so hostile it's literally named after the underworld.
This is the Haddle Zone. It only exists in the deepest ocean trenches. These massive scars on the Earth's crust where tectonic plates crash together. We are now more than 6,000 meters below the surface. The pressure here is just off the charts. To put the scale of this into perspective, just think about this. If you could somehow take Mount Everest and drop it into the Marianas Trench, its peak would still be covered by 2 kilometers of water. This is without a doubt the most remote and extreme environment on Earth.
And you'd think nothing could possibly survive here, right? Well, you'd be wrong, because even here, life endures. Meet the Hadal snailfish. This is the deepest fish ever recorded, found swimming happily at over 8,300 meters. Its body is this soft, gelatinous thing built to be flexible enough to withstand that insane, crushing weight.
So how does anything eat down here? Well, there's no sunlight, so life depends entirely on whatever falls from above. When a dead whale sinks, it creates something called a whale fall. It's an oasis of food that can support an entire ecosystem for decades. It attracts bizarre creatures like zombie worms that literally dissolve the bones without even having mouths. But here's the tragic part. It's not just organic stuff falling down here anymore. Scientists have found plastic fibers inside the tiny creatures that live in these trenches, proof that our pollution has reached the most remote frontier on the entire planet.
Okay, so we've journeyed to the bottom of the world, we've seen its alien life. Now, let's head back up and talk about why this remote world actually matters to every single one of us. Because the deep ocean isn't just some cabinet of weird curiosities. It's a vital organ for our planet. It's basically Earth's life support system. It acts as a massive carbon sink, it absorbs over 90% of the extra heat from global warming, and its currents drive the weather patterns that affect all of us every day.
And here's the tough part. This pristine, almost completely unexplored world is already under threat. Before we've even had a chance to really see what's down there, we are already at risk of damaging it forever.
As we saw, our plastic waste is already there. But on top of that, there are now deep-sea mining operations being planned to scrape the seafloor for valuable metals. We're literally on the verge of destroying entire habitats and ecosystems before we even know what's in them.
You know, the deep sea is our planet's true final frontier. It holds alien landscapes, impossible creatures, and secrets we haven't even dreamed of. And all of this leaves us with one really profound question. With so much still unknown, what else is waiting for us down at the bottom of the sea?